Hey guys, I hope you're all doing well. I apologize if I look super washed out. Still playing with camera settings and lighting. One day it'll be all right. I don't know what day that'll be, but one day it'll be okay. So I'm coming to you with a review of 6 different foundations. I could have done individual reviews, but it's sometimes kind of hard to get them all up like that and different things. So throughout the past few weeks, I've been trying every one of these foundations, different days, working it out. And I'm going to bring you reviews, hopefully pretty quickly, of all 6 of them. Okay? And yeah, so just so you know, I am an NC50 in MAC. Just to get a reference, I will tell you all the shades I purchased in these as I go. And also I have very oily skin. I think that's it. For actually all of these foundations, I did wear the same primer, which is my Urban Decay De-Slick complexion primer. I've been loving this primer just to have some consistency in wearing them. I've worn different primers, but I did all wear the same primer at some point in time. What else? I think that's it. So let's go ahead and get started. The first foundation is the Rimmel Stay Matte Liquid Mousse Foundation. I was very, very excited. Let's focus it. I was very, very excited when I saw this foundation in my shade. It's been out for a while. I don't know if the darker shades are new or if, I don't know, but I never saw any darker shades until Walmart like a month and a half or 2 months ago. Anyway, I got the shade Deep Mocha, and it is a very decent color match for me. No complaints there. I was really excited about this because my favorite primer, one of my favorite primers of all time, is the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. This primer keeps my oily skin at a calm situation. Nothing really combats my oil completely, but this is definitely the most long-wearing, like Stay Matte primer that I have. And so the Stay Matte foundation, I'm like, bam, whatever, it's gonna be great. It wasn't as good as the primer is. So the color match was fine. It is a mousse, liquid mousse consistency. Reminded me of the Maybelline Dream Velvet Mousse. Very, very thick and whipped consistency. It went on fairly decent, fairly smooth to begin with. But once it set down, it did set down matte, but it was almost fake looking, almost, which was very, very weird for me. This will benefit from using a sponge because of that thickness to it. Will benefit from using a sponge, but do I like it or not? It's fairly decent, but for what it claims to be Stay Matte, it's not. My oil crept through. I did need to blot. It was very disappointing in that sense of the Stay Matte compared to how great the primer is. I don't know. And I apologize. I have 7 foundations, not 6. But anyway, yeah, I like the color match. When I talked about the finish kind of fake looking, once I did my blush, my setting spray, my powder, it looked completely fine. But on that first application, you might be a little hesitant, like, this is kind of cakey. It's kind of, So, out of 4 out of 5, I mean, on a scale of 1 to 5 stars or 0 stars, I'm gonna have to give it a 2.5. It just, I don't know. The color match was decent though. The coverage is decent. It's definitely medium to buildable, definitely. But just the look of it and the whole oily part and just, yeah, that's just a little disappointed in that. The next one is not new at all. I tried this way back in my early days. I don't even know if I made a video on it. I'm talking 5 years ago. The Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse, if it was out. Like, I got it like as soon as it came out. This is the Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse. And I remember when I first tried it out, something was off. Maybe I just wasn't comfortable with foundations yet. I don't know what it was, but I remember I didn't like it. I don't know why though. And I can't think of why. But now I like it. So I don't know. I think it probably was a user error situation. But anyway, this is the Dream Liquid Mousse Airbrush Finish Foundation from Maybelline. I am in the shade Cocoa Dark 3, the same shade as my Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse. It's a perfect shade match for me. I tend to be the darkest shade in Maybelline foundations. Maybelline, you need to work on that. But anyway, what was I saying? Okay. Yes, airbrush finish. This reminds me a lot of the, what is the word? The L'Oreal Pro Matte. L'Oreal Pro Matte Pro Glow Foundation. For some reason, it gives me that very nice, flawless skin finish. Now, this finish, it doesn't claim to be a matte finish. It's a very, very natural matte type of finish. It's not luminous in any way. It's not glowy in any way. It definitely is giving me a medium to full coverage. Buildable again, medium to full coverage. This is another one that benefits from the, what is the word I'm looking for? The sponge. It's a thicker liquid mousse. It's a thick liquid. That make any sense? I don't know. Yes. So the Dream Liquid Mousse. I really enjoyed this. It's, again, natural matte finish. I still want to set this with powder. My oil came through. Not super dramatically though. Not super grossly. This one, my oil came through grossly. It was just fail. I'll keep using it in different situations with different powders, with different things, because that's what it's about, you know? But yeah, this one, again, it wasn't the best in terms of mattifying, in terms of what I like from a foundation, but it definitely wasn't really bad. It was just average. I gotta give it average. It matched really well. The oil coming through caused it to break down a little bit, so it wasn't necessarily a long-wearing foundation, but when the oil came through, it still looked like, it still looked okay. If you understand what I'm saying. It's definitely average. I'm gonna give this 3 stars out of 5, but I can't remember why I didn't like it before, but I like it now. It's just not the epitome of, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'd wear this one again before I wear this one again. You're probably like, Candace, your grading scale was all off. All right, the next one is the e.l.f. What is this called? I had to keep the box to know the name. Aqua Mousse Foundation. This was a complete fail for me because the shade, first off, sucks. The shade does not match me. This is the darkest shade they have. It is dark deep. Also, this is about $7.99. I'm sorry, this one was $5.49-ish at Walmart. So do prices. This one is $6, I believe. Color match, let's do that. This is deep. First off, I'm already disappointed. I had to use my concealer and my powder and everything to make this look like my skin. It's very light and it's very, very ashy on my skin. We don't like that. Consistency wise, it calls itself a mousse. Again, I don't know what's up with all these mousse foundations. It's definitely not a thick mousse. It's not as whipped as the Stay Matte, oh, both of these say liquid mousse. I didn't even realize that. This was definitely a thicker mousse. This is a liquid mousse. This is a aqua mousse. Whatever the hell that means. But it's definitely more liquidy than the other two. So, well, these mousses. Oh my god, I got another mousse. I didn't even realize. Anyway, but the color match was completely off, which is a disappointment. It's a very light coverage. It's a very light, slightly buildable, but I was scared to put on too much every time I did it because of the color selection. But it's very, very light coverage, more like a BB cream in my opinion. It did not last well throughout the day. With all my powder, like I had to put so much other things on to make the color work. I can't give this, it's like a 1 star because it just, from the beginning, it just wasn't that, yeah, it's not enough coverage for me. The consistency was fine. It went on smooth, but it's not enough coverage for me. The color match was completely off, and I can't do anything if the color match is completely off. Not like it was too warm or too cool. It was too light and too ashy. So, no e.l.f. Last mousse foundation. Is this? Okay, last mousse foundation. This, I didn't even know this was a thing. This is the BH Cosmetics. This is the Black Radiance Color Perfect HD Mousse Foundation. I got the shade 8453 Toffee. This was about $10 at Walgreens. And, this one is weird. Okay. So it's very, very thick. It's a very, very thick mousse. It's not like the Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse where it's light and airy and fluffy. This stuff is straight thick. When I first blended this out, it takes a while to blend it out. I think you need to use, and every time I did it, I did my whole face and tried to blend it out. What's the word I'm looking? It like clumps up. And so a little bit at a time. I can't really explain it. Trying to blend it out. Let me see. See how it like clumps it's not smooth. I got it to be smooth with a wet sponge, and it does smooth out, but it takes a long time to blend out to look like something. And I'm kind of torn because once it looks like something, it's beautiful. It looks really nice on camera, really nice in selfies, really nice under flash. Definitely I can see the HD part in this. Really nice. It is matte. It doesn't claim to be matte. It's matte. I use it with my Urban Decay primer, and I got the longest matte look out of all of these foundations. But that application process, y'all, it took me like 20 minutes to blend it was rough. Now once you do it in little, like I think if you do half and half and really blend it, or maybe dip the sponge in it and do that, but with the brush and with the sponge I was struggling. Once I finally got it though, it was flawless and beautiful. Yes, long wearing, definitely a medium coverage. I wouldn't give it full coverage because blending it all out, you really are losing a little bit of the coverage as if you keep blending it out, and it's necessary so it doesn't look clumpy or streaky on your skin. So that's something you need to think about. But the mattify, this was the longest wearing foundation I had in this bunch, and it stayed matte all day. No, I'm lying. I'm lying when I say all day long. Nothing stays matte all day long. But I didn't have to blot. By the end of the day, I was a little shiny. I'm not gonna lie, but it wasn't to the point of where I needed to blot. Yeah, so I'm gonna give this a 4. I can't give it a 5 because that whole application process is real. And yeah, $10 is not bad. I've worn this one out of all the ones. I've probably worn this one. Jeez, I've worn them all at least four times, but I don't know which one I wore more than. I'm sorry, it was over the weeks. I was just putting them on in a rotation. But yeah, you get a decent amount in here, and you don't need a lot to get the medium coverage. So, all right, moving along. The next one is the BH Cosmetics Liquid Foundation. This is, I got the shade Deep Beige, which is another very, very nice color match for me. But it was an average foundation. It didn't give me full coverage. It was light to medium coverage, in my opinion, buildable to medium. So I'll give it medium, but you need to put a little bit more on. It was just average. It doesn't claim to be matte. It doesn't claim to be HD. It's an even out skin tone foundation. I don't really have any qualms about it because it's only like $3.50 on the BH Cosmetics website. This is one of those foundations I can see being a light everyday situation. But y'all know every day I'm dramatic. Color match was fine. The price is right. They have a lot of colors in this foundation. I can't say anything bad about it, but it didn't wow me either. It doesn't claim to be mattifying, so I did have to blot around the 6-hour mark, but that's normal for me for foundations. If I can go past that, the foundation is just extra good. It doesn't mean this one is bad. It was just a normal length of time, and didn't make my skin look super fantastic, super flawless. It just made it look like I was wearing a nice foundation. We'll give it 3.5 stars. All right. Next one is the Iman Luxury Concealing Foundation. This is the one that I also have a love-hate relationship with. This is Earth 3, the shade. That's the shade I got. This one was $16 at Walgreens. $16 for a half an ounce. You don't even get, it's 0.5 fluid ounces. You don't even get a whole ounce as you do in standard foundation. Standard foundation size is usually a fluid ounce, 30 milliliters. This is 15 milliliters. I also understand why they give you so little, but it's also like it's a drug. Come on. I would pay $16 for a full ounce of this because this is the most coverage. This is the most coverage out of all the foundations I'm going to show you in this video. The most coverage. It is, Iman Luxury Concealing Foundation. Where is the back? 2-in-1 Flawless Coverage Foundation and Spot Corrector. So this is in that field of the Milani 2-in-1, the Clinique 2-in-1. I don't think it's better than my Clinique or my Milani, but I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I still like it. This is definitely a full coverage foundation. A little bit goes a long, long way. It is very warm though. It's very red orangey. Look at that. Look at that. I had to blend it out. I had to work it out, you know, my powder and everything. However, the coverage is there, baby. The coverage is there. It does not claim to be matte though. It's definitely a natural finish, just like the Milani 2-in-1 or the Clinique 2-in-1. That doesn't beat the Milani or the Clinique because that natural finish that this has, the other two has it where it's a natural, beautiful skin type of finish. This is a natural makeup type of finish. But the coverage is wonderful. I needed very, very minimal concealer once I use this foundation. It does cover up darkness. It does cover up. You can usually spot with it. I did spot a couple bumps I had, my acne, that are gone now. So yeah, the coverage, if you're looking for a really full coverage foundation, this is a really nice one. I'm going to have to give it a 4. Maybe a 3.9 because of the price. And it's so small. It's so cute, but it's very small. But yeah, so that one, yeah, the coverage is there. None of these foundations really wowed me in this group, but the coverage is there. And again, you can skip on concealer if your blemishes or dark spots aren't that bad, which is really, really nice. If you can find your color match with undertone, is really, really nice as well. But you are paying $16 for a half an ounce of stuff. And who am I to talk? Because Cover FX custom cover drops are a half an ounce and they're 44 bucks, but their uses are endless. So different situation. Okay, last one. Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation. I did a chit chat, get ready with me, makeup playtime with this foundation. You guys can see my first impressions on it since I filmed that video, which was last week. This is the one I've worn the rest of this week. Last one I was trying out. This is a couple of things. First off, in store, they don't carry the dark shades. What's up with that? Along with the NYX Total Cover Drops that I haven't got my hands on yet. What's up with only carrying the white shades in the drugstore? Come on. Anyway, I got 2 shades online because you never know. This is $5.99. It's actually one of the cheapest ones here. And I got Mahogany and I got Espresso. Both of them matched me pretty decently, but it was kind of, one was a little off in tone. So I mixed them together and it worked just fine. I really do like this. It's definitely not a super full coverage foundation, but it's definitely HD, soft skin, natural, very, very pretty. It does not claim to be matte. It does not claim to be, you know, like the shine-free situation. So I did have to blot after that 6-hour mark. That's usually where my oil is like killing the game. But I really, really love the way this looks on camera. I really love the way it looked first application. Like, again, that natural, flawless photo focus, but like that soft focus Photoshop face. I really, really like the way this foundation looks. And if I really like the way a foundation looks, I can compromise the coverage with a little bit of powder. I can compromise the oiliness, you know, doing my blotting and everything. And that's just one of those foundations where I don't mind doing that. I really, really enjoy this foundation. It's not too much else I can say with it. It's, yes, very, very just a good natural foundation. Really good. Well done, Wet n Wild. But yeah, again, $5.99. Anything else is very liquidy. The consistency is very liquidy. You would benefit well. So you get this little paddle here. You would benefit well for using a sponge, a booty blender. A sponge to spread this out and everything like that. And that's what I did in every application with this one. But yes, I really did. So that was my quick rapid fire foundation review on 7 different foundations. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, concerns about any of the products mentioned in the video, leave it down below. I tried to give a quick overview of whether I liked them. Oh, 4 out of 5. In that foundation. But anyway, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave them down below. I love you all so, so much. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.